Scottish Library and Information Council came about initially as a recommendation in the 1986 COSLA Public Library Standards. It was felt then by the Scottish Library Association that the Scottish Museums Council, as it was, had grant-giving powers and also had a quasi-advisory role with Scottish Government. This was actually quite a brave thing for the SLA to do, because we recognised, and it was fairly widely recognised at the time, that if the SLIC worked out the way we all thought it might, that would eventually impact on the standing, I suppose, of the Scottish Library Association. And in fact, that's exactly what happened. The other area, I suppose, that is worth mentioning is the relationship between the then Scottish Library Association and SLIC. When I became director of both bodies, there was always a certain unease that the relationship blurred the definition of the remit of the two bodies. And that was a genuine concern. But the advantages of becoming close to the SLA far outweighed, certainly in my view, and not just me, the disadvantages. It allowed SLIC immediate access to the SLA's growing political network, and that was a major factor. As SLIC developed, then, like all organisations, and you can see it today, that it draws power towards the centre. And this occurred at a time when, certainly within the public library sector, the influence of librarians in terms of policy making and direct relationship with councillors was beginning to weaken right across the country. It was quicker in some areas than in others, but gradually it weakened as librarians dropped down the structure. And SLIC was able to pick up the slack with us in terms of having relationships with chief executives, with chief officers, and in particular with Scottish Government. And that influence in Scottish Government was crucial. Library services individually could never have achieved this. And collectively, they couldn't have achieved this. It needed an organisation like SLIC to do it. And to do that, SLIC had to build up a level of trust with Scottish Government officials, but also with ministers. So from these sort of, humble beginnings, as it were, SLIC has now, expanded and become a real force within the library landscape in Scotland, and also it has great credibility now with the politicians in Scotland, and that's extremely important.